There we are. Hopefully. Ladies and gentlemen, better late than never, but at least I'm here. I'm getting a drink. Right. I'm just going to update this and then we're ready to go. Update this and then we're ready to go. I'll turn the sound off that. Don't want to hear that. Update this and we're ready to go. I'll turn the sound off that. Don't want to hear that. Oh, shut up, Trevor. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Sorry I'm late. Today has been started off really, really well, actually. I'm not going to lie to you. Started really, really well. I have a guest coming on very shortly. So what's happened today? Geez, well, I was going to talk about the news for a bit. Right, so this morning, what happened was my son's friends stayed over last night. They were up late playing PlayStation, FIFA, different games. And then the idea was that Daddy was going to drop them off at a football place today where they played indoor football. And I did. I dropped them off. After I dropped them off in Ipswich, I went and I relaxed somewhere, went and chilled. And then I got a call less than half an hour later from my son, who sounded like a squealing pain. And I'm like, what? Dad, can you please come and collect me? It's an emergency. Please come and collect me. And I'm like, okay, I'm on way. Traffic was this was just, oh God, right, just after 2 o'clock, maybe half 2. Traffic was a nightmare. I had to go and pick him up. What had happened is my son, that's 6'2" now, big lad, was playing indoor football. And he went in, he came off it anyway, and he landed. He landed on his arm, but his arm bent the wrong way. His arm bent the wrong way, and his full weight came down on it, and he was in agony. So I had to pick him up and take him to A&E. We got rushed in, x-rays done and stuff. He's now got a sling, he's got painkillers, and he's lying on his bed at the minute. So he's in a little bit of pain, but yeah, he's tough as nails. Maureen, member for 8 months, welcome. Thanks, Maureen. But it was sad. Anyway, he's okay. He came back, we got him cleaned up. And it just went a shit day, really, because we got him cleaned up, and I thought his mummy at the minute is in another country with her partner celebrating her birthday the weekend, and I thought, I'm not going to call her. Don't call her and ruin it. She's back tomorrow evening. But then Sebastian's got to go for an x-ray on Monday at 10:30, and I'm not here. But he's with his mum on Monday. So I had to sit and analyse this and go, so he's with his mum on Monday anyway. She's picking him up tomorrow night. I'm not here on Monday. But if I don't tell her that she's got to take him for an x-ray on Monday, and I don't tell her today, then she'll have a go at me because she has to cancel clients on Monday. So do I give her 2 days prior warning to get the clients cancelled? So I did that, and it still backfired. Why can't you take him? Well, because I've got plans and I'm going away. You know, I'll have to cancel patients. Well, that's not my problem. That's not my problem. This is our son. He should be priority. And I started having this little tiff, and it's just started playing my mind. I was thinking, you ended this fucking marriage. Do your bit. You mean, I'm not your gopher. I started getting really pissed off. You know what I mean? We're over. You've got a new partner. I'm doing my thing. And what's happening is I can't be at your beck and call 24/7. You know, I'm not your fucking partner any longer. And I just had that bit of a bitch today. I just thought, just fucking leave me alone. You know what I mean? You all understand what I mean. Yeah. Yeah. So there we go. And listen, before we get into this, thanks to all the moderators for coming on. Great bunch. I need to know if Zephyr has received her clothing yet. I know the other 3 ladies have, and I'm really pleased. But yeah. Yes, Debbie, you can't. I mean, you do your best. I mean, come on, give me a break. Fucking hell. get enough shit as it is on fucking YouTube and Twitter and stuff like that there. Yeah, and I heard more stuff today. Yeah. There's a little fucking stumpy little lady out there who's running around trying to cause friction, telling other YouTubers that I'm a nasty person. Fuck's sake. Has my sister not dealt with you yet? Fuck's sake. Has she not dealt with you yet? I'll have to inquire tomorrow and find out where we are. What's the next stages? Put these fuckers to bed. Sick of them. Anyway, yes. What else is happening? Our Labour government are currently trying to get presenters from Talk TV cancelled. Julia Brewer and Mike Graham. They don't like them. They keep calling the Labour Party out and they don't like it and they want to cancel them. Ladies and gentlemen, there's over 400 people watching. I am just blown away. Thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. Yes. Amy Jones says that name. I am not commenting on the names. I'm not commenting on names. That's not a nice thing to do. There's enough shit going out there. Yeah. What else is happening? Don't worry, Trevor. We will see this fellow person is saying. We see what. Yeah, there we go, John. Thank you. It's been great. I mean, yeah, it is, Christine. Yeah, we've got wonderful people in the corner. I mean, over the last few days, and I'm going to tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't already know, I've got 4 outstanding moderators that they don't control the chat. They monitor it. They keep it flowing. They tell me things that I miss. They're on top of things. They add value to that. They share things and they help people. That's what they do. If they see people being arseholes, yes. And the truth is, ladies and gentlemen, if I see a troll and I can spot it before they do, I'll mention it. But 9 times out of 10, probably 10 times out of 10, they're there. Boom, dealt with. And other YouTube channels are seeing how dedicated they are, how professional they are. And there's lots of YouTubers out there wanting to get my awesome moderators to work with them as well. And that's wonderful news. It just shows you how good they are. So there we go. Yes. And do you know what, ladies and gentlemen, there's that going on. I heard today that NHS England wants to put mental health clinics in A&Es all across the UK. My opinion is stick them all in fucking Sussex. The place is filled with lunatics down there. Most of them are on YouTube. Anyway, yeah. A couple in Essex, Brentwood, but other than that there, yeah. One up. I'm not going to name all the places. Yeah. Anyway, tonight's drink of choice is lemon and lime Stillwater from Tesco's. You get 4 of those actually for about £1.90. I think it is. Very, very good. Annabelle's in the chat. Good to see Fortune Cookies, Annabelle. Trevor, fuck the trolls. You are. Thank you, Craig. Appreciate it. I'm not the best YouTuber. Don't claim to be. I have a laugh in the morning when I go Suffolk's #1 YouTube. Yes, it's a laugh. Some people don't like it. I don't care. If you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. I have the attitude. Just fuck them. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, and my good friend Kevin Gollington broke the world record, didn't he? He left London. Within 7 days, he was back, completed Mount Everest. Wow, unbelievable. Anyway, do you want to see who've got in the chat? Do you want, not the chat, that's bullshit. What do you say it for, Trevor? Everyone sees in the chat. Do you want to see who've got in the green room? I call it the green room. Not the Russell green room, but the green room. I'll show you. Why did I say that? Do you know what? It's just, yeah, there we go. Here we go.
Hello, 'tis I.
Hello, Ben. Welcome.
How are we doing today? I've just got my cat sat next to me right now. She's enjoying herself. As you can see. How is Sebastian doing, anyways?
He's okay, mate. I've never seen him in that much game before. I mean, he's good though. Yeah, he's all right.
Has he ever broken his arm before?
No, he's never broken a bone.
That's probably why. Most likely, if I had to guess.
Probably, Ben.
You see, I'm very good at being Captain Obvious.
Yes, that was.
Ready to point out the bleeding obvious. I'm also Captain Hindsight.
Yeah, Captain. Yeah, and yeah, fair point. Yeah. So, what's the weather like there anyway? It looks quite nice, actually.
Today it's been all right. I mean, I don't know what it's been like throughout the middle of the day because today's been one of the days where I have time off. And so I've decided to just lay in bed. I've always said to people, if I have the ability to, I will just sleep until the afternoon and relax. It's exactly what happened. Didn't wake up until 1 o'clock, and then I've laid in bed since.
Good. Sometimes you need that. I mean, I always try and get my videos out first thing in the morning because a lot of people, I have my videos done everyone's done by at least 8:30. And then some days YouTube lets them upload in 6 minutes. Some days it's in fucking 6 hours. It just depends on who's on the weekend shift. But I like to lie in bed and mong it. But my brain doesn't let me, man. I've got a body clock and I'm at 6 o'clock every morning. I don't know if everyone else is like this. I don't know how everyone else's bladder works. But I've reached that age now where I'm up for a pee between 2 and 5.
2 and 5 in the morning?
Yes, every morning. And then at six, my brain's already... The birds outside have already woke me up. I'm awake.
Yeah, I don't say that I wake up every single night at specific times to urinate. And
because you're young, Benjamin.
It could be that. It could very well be that. You never know. But it is how it is.
Good. Oh, there's a lot of people keep an eye on the chat today. 5 a.m. P. Jane's laughing at my 5 a.m. P.
By the way, I'm very much enjoying the Rolex that you bought me. I've actually got it on here today. It's very wonderful, and I'm very appreciative of it.
You need to stop spreading this shitty rumor because people are going mental on Twitter. Apparently, they think
It's very funny.
It is funny, and I laugh at it. I mean, yeah, but yeah, I'm going through a bit of a weird phase at the minute because there's a lot of things I'm trying to nail down, and I've got a bird outside my window. This is crazy.
Oh, look at that!
My living room.
The lady puller.
No, not that type of bird.
They're banging on his windows. Let me in. Open this door. Buy me a Rolex too. You bought Ben one.
No. Outside my window on the wall, there is a satellite dish. A little small one, right? Satellite dish. And a bird has put a nest there. And a bird got eggs there. So I don't open my window. In my living room, I keep half my curtains closed because I don't want to upset the bird that's laying eggs.
Right, so what I'm hearing here is, ladies and gentlemen, is Captain Clunge is here ready to open the window and allow the bird to come in and explore the Clitterdale, just to sit by the couch and enjoy some Netflix and thrill.
That's just mad. Would you just say that? What did someone say? Trevor, if you don't get any comments from a couple of days because I will be busy trying to get my dad's funeral sorted out. I'm really sorry to hear that there. I hope you get it sorted out. It's terrible to well, I've got Ben on here, he knows, but it must be the worst things in the world to bury a family member. So
yes.
Yeah. And then you've got Debs, who's the moderator, who's in the chat tonight, who's going through the same rough period with her mother. So
well, I think that for anybody out there that's in the chat that has lost a loved one, best thing you can do is laugh about it.
The best thing you can do is laugh about it, Ben. Did you just say that?
That is just the best thing you can do, is make jokes about it as much as you possibly can. I often said to my father before he passed away, I'm actually going to piss in your urn and turn you into a brick. You're going to be the first brick of the house I built. Ben. And he found it hilarious. This is what I'm saying.
He probably did find it hilarious, but you've got to bear in mind, Ben, that you will, and it's guaranteed there will be some vile people watching this video that are here to find dirt to throw back at you. Just bear that in mind.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, never trust everyone. I know you're having a laugh, and I know your dad was a piss taker, but you've seen the amount of shit that's been thrown recently. I mean, the fact that I've been accused of stealing money from your dad's funeral. There's loads going about.
When did this happen?
Well, exactly. It did. So, you just got to bear things. There are people out there that will manipulate things to try and get into my head or get in Not necessarily you, because you're quite tough, but to get into other people's heads and cause drama. So just be careful what you say, Benjamin. The devil is always watching.
I will be very careful with what I say. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, recently I have thought about how it's very... In 2025, did you know that male pregnancies have skyrocketed? So, with that being said, I have recently thought about going on to the pill myself, because who knows if maybe you could start getting pregnant. Therefore, I am prepared for myself to start developing breasts and deep vein thrombosis. Because... What? You said to be careful with what I say. I'm...
What the hell are you talking about?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Anyway, what's your plans for the rest of the evening? You just going to chill on the boat, or you going to go and get a drink or a beer, or are you going to sit with your mum, and what are we doing?
Well, I don't particularly drink that often. I'm more of an iced tea drinker, as you can tell. This is Freeway from Lidl. I buy these the pack. And the plan for the evening is probably, once ending this live, is just going back to laying in bed.
Yeah, just want to point out to who was that? Ben is not on drugs. Ben is just taking a piss. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
oh, that's brilliant. People think I'm on drugs.
Exactly.
No, the only drug I have is my girlfriend. She drives me in certain ways. Let's put it that way.
Okay, Ben.
But we're not going to go into that one.
Wow. But there's I've been keeping an eye on a lot of stuff, and I've just sort of relaxed the last couple of days and sort of just chilled the out. So
sorry, what was that? I couldn't quite hear you over the wind.
No, the last few days I've just sort of been chilling and just relaxing, and just listening to all the nonsense unfolding, which is quite unbelievable, actually. But yeah.
I agree.
I'm just checking this here. Oh, good, wonderful.
I've got a question for you, Trevor.
Go ahead, hit me with it.
This is going back a few of my personal videos from my channel. So when I was talking about clubs and parties, what are your personal opinions on it? Maybe you're a bit more of a rave animal than I am.
Right. First of all, I'm at a stage now where I don't like clubs, raves, or parties. I don't like any of them. I would rather go to someone's house, have a beer, sit and have a chat in the kitchen, and that's it. I don't like music that's too loud anymore, and I don't like having no space. I don't like crowded places. It upsets me. So the answer is no. I don't like any. When I was younger, I mean, I loved going to bars. I loved going to those type of parties and phone parties. I've been to a phone party in Spain. All I did was take photographs of people, because I was asked. When I say people, let me get this straight. I was asked to take photographs. It was of my ex-wife and Gwen and Sebastian. I took photographs of them dancing in the phone, but it's not for me. I don't like that type of scenarios. I'd rather have a quiet beer sitting on the end of the boat, or have a quiet beer sitting by myself.
Now that is a perfect depiction of what a good time is. Especially what one of the commenters said. I can't remember who it was that said it, but they said that there's nothing better than being able to set your own atmosphere.
Yes.
Absolutely the best.
Like tonight, I'll take fashion show. He got a shower, got cleaned up, and then I took fashion dinner. We went to a restaurant. Me and him just sat there. I asked for a quiet spot in the restaurant away from people. Just me and him just sat there and just chilled out for about an hour. But I've reached the stage, Ben, where I don't need to have people around me. I am comfortable. I'm so comfortable just sitting by myself in a pub. I don't want to be. I don't want to be annoyed.
Okay, you see, now that is slightly. I thought you were going somewhere else with that one, saying, I'm perfectly fine being by myself, and then you ended that with in a pub. If you're in a pub on your own drinking a pint, I feel like there's something strange there.
Really? Why?
Yes. I don't know. Just something about it. I don't want to say it's sad, but it's definitely just the thought of it sounds sad.
I find that when there's people around me, though, they just want everything, and I just rather not have people around
Well,
me.
especially more so now than any other time.
There's in the Berlin, when you go into the main door, I'll walk to the right and walk around the back of the bar, and I'll sit in the corner seat. Now, I'll sit there and I'll order a Guinness, and Sarah will bring me a Guinness, or David, or one of the others, and I'll sit by myself. But the thing is, when I look up, because it's wood in there, yeah. When I look up here, is pictures of my friend that passed away, who used to sit and have a beer there. So he's gone now.
So there's
I'll go in there.
heritage in this bar, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, I'll drive a couple of miles and just sit there and have
You'll drive a couple miles to go and sit there and like have a drink.
Certain places, yeah. But when
So
I'm driving,
words there.
No, when I'm driving, I'll go and have one shandy beer, and I'll drive to a certain place, and I'll sit there for an hour and just relax. You know, but just because it's a tranquil place, it's lovely, and it makes me relax. But
I definitely agree.
Trust me. I mean, I get messages every day. Hi, Trevor. How are you? How are you? Meet up. And it's always, yeah, but we must do it soon. Yeah, we must do it soon. The truth is, I don't want to see people. I'd rather just be on my own. I mean, when I was struggling, none of these fuckers would pick the phone up. And now that I'm thriving, the phone rings nonstop. So I just fuck them all off, mate. And that's the truth of it.
That's a very valid statement to make, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't diss you on that. It's absolutely true. And
just smile and say, yeah, no dramas, mate. Yes, let's do it soon. But
just going back to like bars and clubs and stuff. Something else I forgot to mention in even that video, but I'll mention it now, is the bathrooms. When you're drinking on, say, the back of the boat, you can just go to the bathroom whenever you want, right? You go to a bar. I mean, this isn't more so for the women. This is men. You go to a urinal. I don't know if you follow the man's code with a urinal, but oftentimes places tend to put urinals about this far apart from each other, and you end up having to piss with shoulder to shoulder on some other cunt. And personally, I don't mess with that sort of that general. I can't even think of the word. That environment.
Yeah. Right. Question come in from Debbie Coffee. Says, Trevor, do you stay at home by yourself? Not really, Debbie. No, I'll in the morning once Sebastian's gone to school. If I have Sebastian's off to school, I like to go out and have a coffee. I like to go out and have a coffee and just sit, coffee and people watch. That's my day, really. You know.
Tell me, is this better for the wind? People were saying it's a bit annoying in the chat. It should be a lot better from here.
Yeah. Is it really sunny there, Ben?
Not particularly, no. It's just golden hour sunset right now. And what you're seeing is the lovely varnished wall that my mother personally fiberglassed and painted and polished.
Well, I know. Yeah, she did a good job, didn't she? Yeah. Certainly wasn't your fucking dad, was it? He left all that shit. It wasn't your dad. He left all that shit for you to do.
Yeah. I mean, she's done everything except making it like even and stuff. But
oh, come on.
Everything else is great.
Why don't you help her then rather than criticize?
Lily Smith said, I have a beautiful speaking voice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Appreciate it. But I mean, I don't really see I speak like everyone else.
I can't keep up with the comments, but I've got good ladies in there to keep an eye on everything, so that's good. Well done. I always watch fantastic. That's from Tracy Appleby. Rhonda loves. PTSD can make you sensitive to light. PTSD can make you sensitive to light and sound. And it's harder to keep watching the door. Keep your back to the wall. Rhonda, with my PTSD, I'll be honest with you, for a few years, I would go into places and I would sit with my back to the wall, try to keep an eye on the door points. The door, I don't know, it's just part of my mental health. But that's gone now. I don't do that anymore. I'm now in a place of relaxed thought process, and I don't need to do that now. So it's all good. Carol likes watching people. I like watching people. There's nothing better than sitting having a cup of coffee and watching people. You really get to see people in all walks of life, and you get to spot people. I don't want to say this, but you get to see good people that take care about their appearance, Some people don't give a shit. You can see that people are rushing. Usually, and this is true, and I've seen this. This is my opinion. Women with children, right? Truthfully, are always immaculate. Now, whenever I was growing up, when my mom had kids, she was always busy. I mean, truthfully, she was busy. She didn't have time to do her hair and do all these things because she had 3 kids. But today, women pushing prams with kids, they look immaculate. They look like they've been in front of makeup artists.
Oftentimes that could be down to pure plastic surgery.
What?
It can sometimes be down to plastic surgery.
Talking of plastic surgery, do you know who Kim Kardashian is? I
am aware of who Kim Kardashian is, yes.
Her mother looks better than her. She's just had plastic surgery. She's 70. She looks 30.
Oh, yes. I'm not do love it, don't I?
I'm not mocking her. She looks absolutely stunning. Kris Jenner, her name is, but she looks younger than Kim. I mean,
yeah. But this is what I'm saying. Polyethanol is one hell of a thing. If you think about it, right? Plastic is purely based off of fossil fuel. It's oil. So if you think about it, there was a dinosaur once that existed. Dinosaur turned into a fossil. Fossil turned into oil. Oil got turned into plastic. And plastic turned into a toy dinosaur. So the dinosaurs from the old age are the dinosaurs of today. Additionally, but there's more things you can do with plastic, such as put them onto a human body. Therefore, they're all dinosaurs. A lot of them.
Deborah just said that she was worried about what I was going to say there. And the truth is, I'm worried about you. I'm worried about you. I mean, where do you get this fucking information from? How does this manifest itself in your head, Ben, to talk about plastics and stuff?
Well, you got on the topic of plastic surgery.
Right.
So I started talking about plastic and where plastic comes from. And I just think it's very funny, personally.
I think they should bring back plastic straws.
I absolutely agree with that. That is the most base thing I think I've ever heard you say. Because I'll be damned, those damn paper straws, you start drinking, you get halfway through your drink, it's collapsed. You pull it open, you suck on it again, it goes collapse again. Instantly, you think, that's fine, I'll flip it over, I'll go onto the other side. That's already melted from the liquid alone.
Yes, I know it. There's paper straws are stupid. And do you know what they usually come in? Do you want to give you the paper straw?
Plastic packaging.
You've got to poke it through a plastic fucking lid.
Not always. McDonald's have gotten rid of the plastic lid, for example. They just give you a cup now. They say it's to save environmental purposes, but I think it's called cost cutting and profit margin gaining.
But
Same goes with Apple when you buy a phone charger. Or when you buy a phone screen.
Well, when it comes to McDonald's, you've got to thank them for they're trying to save the planet by using paper straws.
But it just so happens to cut their cost as well and improve their profit margin. If they're going to cut the cost of, okay, let's say I'm going to save the planet by doing this, which means I'm not going to put this extra thing in my product that I charge X price for. You go, oh, that's brilliant. Are you going to bring the price down? Fuck no. I'll be damned if I'm going to do that. No, you're still going to pay that. In fact, you know what? It's ticked over another year. We're going to increase by 50 cents. But you've just taken products away from your thing and you're charging the same price. Damn right. And you're still going to pay for it because you're a sucker. Such as, using, again, McDonald's as an example, the triple cheeseburger. I noticed that is €5.10 in McDonald's now. If you buy the €1 burger, which is no longer a euro either, it's now €1.30 or something like that. But if you buy the €1.30 burger and buy 3 of them, just scrap the bun, put the patties together, you've got a triple cheeseburger for less than a triple cheeseburger using €1 cheeseburgers. So I happened to buy 10 of them and make a 10-stack burger. It was amazing.
Why would you eat a 10-stack burger?
Well, okay, the question you need to be asking, Trevor, is why wouldn't you make a 10-stack burger and eat it? It's a perfect exercise of free will.
Yeah, but I'm at that age, Ben, where if I eat 10 burgers, it's going to take me 10 months to burn off.
No. You're only eating one burger. Don't get mistaken. It's just stacked tenfold.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. I mean, it's shit food anyway, McDonald's. Let's be honest. It's waste.
Of course, yeah, but it's cheap and fast.
Yeah. Wow.
I saw Lindsay said she carries plastic straws in her bag because she hates the paper straws. If you're going to that extent, Lindsay, you can go online and you can buy metal straws, which are reusable, and you can whack them in the dishwasher and just keep reusing them. That will probably be a better space management than using plastic straws in your bag.
Someone has just asked, I hope Fiona is okay. Is your mum good?
I think she's okay, yes. Let me go and ask her. Give me a second.
Oh, don't wind her up, God.
Hey, Mother, are you doing okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm watching Fred and Rose West. That's exactly what she said.
Good. I hope people in the chat are happy now.
Yes, I think people in the chat are happy to know that. I mean, she's been perfectly fine. Both of us have been perfectly fine because we live our life making jokes non-stop.
Good.
Because let's face it, okay, you've lost a loved one, let's say that. And everyone says, oh, I hope you're doing okay. Oh, you must be going through so much terrible pain and whatnot. Grieving is not going to bring back somebody. This is a matter.
No.
It will never.
I get that, Ben.
But if you just keep making jokes and you mask the problem, eventually, it's like it never happened. And life becomes normal, doesn't it?
That's your coping mechanism, isn't it?
Of course, absolutely.
Just pretend it didn't fucking happen.
Princess Carol has just become level 1 member of my channel, and I have to appreciate. Thank you very much indeed.
Hi, Trevor.
Yeah.
Is Ben talking
there she is.
shit?
What?
Is Ben talking shit?
Am I talking shit?
A little bit, Fiona, but it's okay. He's doing well.
The thing you need to remember, Trevor, is I may be talking shit. However, I am young, I am naive, and I know it all. But by I know it all, I mean I don't know anything. I think I know, but I don't even know half.
And you don't stop talking and you interrupt a lot, worse than me.
You're lying, Ben. You're not naive. You pretend to be naive.
That's what I want. You want me to have everybody believing that I'm some sort of genius? No, because then people will raise their expectations. In middle school years ago, they had a swimming competition and they did a qualifying. This was across many schools in gym. They had a qualifying to see who could go into group A, B, C, D, because obviously different kids swim at different speeds. And I had the brilliant idea. I thought, hang on, they're telling me to do my best, but what if I do my worst? And then they put me into the lowest group, and then on the competition day, I win. It was a brilliant, foolproof plan. And come competition day, guess who won? It wasn't me, because I was not the only person that thought of that. There was one cunt that was very fast.
You're very cunning. You're very cunning.
Perhaps, but clearly not cunning enough, as my plan was thwarted.
Remember, you did it with maths, and that would work.
Oh God.
Yeah, I remember that as well. Yes, they always.
Miss Sanchez is.
They used to put me in group 1 for maths as well, and they'd always give you so much homework in the group 1 maths. And I said to them, "Oh, just put me down to group 2, please, whatever you do." I pleaded with them. Eventually, they agreed and said, "Fine, we'll put you down to group 2." Come the end of the year, the report cards come in. They go, "Oh, Ben, you've done amazing in group 2. We're going to put you back up to group 1." I went, "No."
So did his teacher.
Much to the dismay of me.
When I go back to school, if I go back to my days in school, right? In high school, first year, second year, third year, and I couldn't help it. I had a stutter, a really bad. It was shocking. I had a stutter. It was shocking.
Yeah, you got the accent, everything.
It was terrible. And the weird thing about that was that it did go in the army.
Getting into character.
It went. Do you know what happened when I joined the army and I got confidence? it went away. But the thing is, when I was in school, we did English clearly, and we had to read And every so often you'd go up and you have your books to read, and you'd show the teacher where you were and all, and they'd check. And we had this lesson with Mrs. Davies. My school's got knocked down about 30 years ago. But Mrs. Davies would go, okay, Trevor, you read on from this point, and I'd be like, and it was terrible. But because I had a stutter, they lowered my English. They put me in the dunce English class. It wasn't because they thought it was still, well, Trevor can't read. I can't fucking read. I've got a stutter. I can't. So they downgraded me to a dunce class in English because I had a stutter. That wasn't good.
What colour is the sky in Ben's world? Love his thought process. Currently, the sky in my world is sky colour. But yes. Anyways, as you were saying, I just had to answer the person's question there. But on the topic of English, actually, as you were saying, obviously, as people know, I went to school in Gibraltar, which is full of Gibraltarians, where the national language is English, but a lot of them speak a mix of English and Spanish. As you went to Gib yourself, Trevor, and got misinterpreted for Tiny Tim.
Yes, do you remember that?
So you had all of these Gibraltarian kids who half of them couldn't even spell their own name, let alone speak proper English. They got put up in group 1. And I thought, well, this is not very fair, because there's me. I speak perfect fluid mother tongue English, and they put me down to group 4. And I've always thought, well, that's not very fair.
Oh my God. Is my mother in the chat?
Sorry?
Oh, my mother. My mother's in the chat, Ben.
Your mother is in the chat?
Yes.
Ah, I see. She's come chasing after me after last night, I see.
Yes, probably. Yeah. Zepper, I think Zepper was saying there that she has to pay a tax because the clothing that I sent her to where she lives, apparently there may be a tax on it. I apologize. I thought I'd paid it all this end. I really did. It'll be worth it though. Hopefully it's not dear at all. Yeah. Imogen, Fred and Rose West on Netflix is very good.
I guess you could say your mother is a cult classic.
See what you did there, Benjamin. See what you did there.
I had to get that one out of me there. It just came
Yeah.
to me. Everyone's saying, hello, Mrs. Colt.
I know. Yes. There's a lot of people. Trevor, they tax everything over there in the States. Yeah, I know. I mean, I had 2 hats made in the States. I won't mention the company. And they did my logo on the hat. And I think it cost me about £80 English to have the hats here. Ridiculous. I mean, I paid more tax than I did just for the product itself. Yeah. It is what it is, unfortunately. What's your plans tomorrow? Do you do a Sunday roast? You don't, do you?
Well, I might roast you tomorrow. I'm not sure on my video, but it depends on my mood at the time. Or are we talking about food?
Food. Sunday roast.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking about insults.
No.
Because that's the colloquialistic term for the youth, is to roast somebody.
That's a new thing. The roast of Benjamin.
It's not a new thing. This has been around for the last 10 years.
I know. Well, I don't pay attention to that shit though. I mean,
yes, fair enough. But no, I don't tend to do a roast. Oftentimes, I actually skip many meals a day. I never have breakfast. I just eat probably around 11 o'clock when I get hungry, which will oftentimes be a sandwich, and then I won't have another thing until about 6 o'clock, and that's when I will have just something big in the air fryer. Like, for example, last night at about 10 o'clock, I cooked myself some paninis, and that was the last thing I ate. No, I tell a lie. It was not the last thing I ate. I had some bits of chicken from the air fryer at about 1 o'clock today. Or 2 o'clock, might have been. But no, I don't do a Sunday roast, to answer your question in short.
I like a Sunday roast. I won't think. No, tomorrow I'll hold Sebastian. Tomorrow I'm gonna make us a big fry up in the morning. Me and Seb.
When you were here, you seemed to quite like the big sausages that you chop up.
Yes.
You were a big fan of that, but then you weren't a fan of fouet.
Fan of what?
The purple bag of snacking. It's wet. It's a Spanish.
Ben, that tasted like shit though. That tasted
Well,
like
you
just
see,
off.
you're going to be more disgusted when I tell you what the big fat piece of sausage is.
I know, Ben.
Wet.
I know how food's made. I just don't like it. I just don't like to be told it. I mean, I don't like people telling me, oh, and the black pudding is all the shit from the animal. I don't want to know.
I think if it's delicious, it's delicious. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's edible.
Exactly. You gave me stuff to eat that tasted like shit, and that was the bottom line. There's no getting away from that. I didn't like it.
I think that you are merely just a Philistine because fouet is an absolute delicacy, in my opinion. Anybody who has had it will agree with me. The best delicacies in Spain, you've got paella, fouet, tortilla de patata. What else? There's more. I just can't say. Chorizo, jamón, the lot.
Well,
Spanish food is amazing.
Well, tomorrow I have to spoil Seba here. He's going back to his mum tomorrow evening at some stage whenever she gets back.
Hello, cat. I have a cat here. Happy to say hello to everybody. Would you like to say hi, cat? She's waving.
I see that. She looks like she's hostage.
What? No, not at all. Look.
No, she looks scared. She looks scared in your arm.
She's very chill. See? She has the ability to leave whenever she wants.
Yep.
And she does.
Like there now.
Well, she's only there. Relaxing.
But it's great to see there's a lot of good YouTubers in the chat today, which is wonderful. We've got quite a few.
Absolutely. There's this one amazing YouTuber called Trevor Colt that's in here as well. He's a pretty good guy. I think anybody that's in the chat that isn't subscribed should definitely do that.
Well, I hear a lot of rumors about him, though. He's not a nice person. He's not a nice person.
Who's not a nice person?
Me, allegedly. Yeah.
Oh,
but anyway.
Is that a new Chinese YouTuber? Me,
yeah. Me young.
Ah.
Me young.
On the topic of Asia,
go ahead.
Did you hear about North Korea's recent launch of their latest battleship?
Yeah.
Moment it touched the water due to a poor launch.
It fell over.
I heard about the engineer that was behind that one. His name was Something Wong.
Well, he's probably dead now, though, Ben.
Yes, and his compatriot, Boat Go Down. It's terrible of me, but yes, there probably were many generations of North Koreans that got executed for that.
Admiral,
me saying that alone, Kim Jong-un would probably put me on some kind of list.
An Admiral, one like fuck. Admiral, one like fuck.
Tell me, did my father ever tell you the joke of the Japanese man in the hospital?
Oh.
No? This was
probably.
Well, it was the last joke that he ever said before, obviously, he passed away. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious when he said it. It was a man went to visit his family member in the hospital, and while he was waiting by their bed, he saw a Japanese fellow who seemed to be on his way out. He went up to the Japanese fellow and said, "Oh, are you all right?" The Japanese fellow says, "Oh, yakiso kona," and then just passes out. He stops breathing. His heartbeat stops. That exact moment after he says that sentence. And so that sentence stuck with the fellow for quite some time, and he thought, "Oh yeah, yakisu kunai. That's very interesting." Years later, he says to a Japanese person who speaks English, he says, "Oh, that's you speak Japanese. There was this thing that a guy said to me, but just before he died years ago in the hospital, he said yakisu kunai, and then he died." The Japanese fellow replies to him and says, "That means get off my airline. You are suffocating me." And I found that very funny, personally.
And that was the last joke your dad said before he
That
died.
was the last joke he said before he, sort of went incommunicado.
Yeah, I mean, I think I last spoke to him. I think it wasn't a week. It was close to that, though. I think it might have been about. It could have been about 5 days before he passed. Actually, yeah. I mean, he turned into Bart Simpson in the end, didn't he?
What do you mean?
The colour.
No, not until after he died. That's when the blood comes out. The yellow that you see is just the pigment of the skin. I'm
baffled. I mean, listen, clearly I'm not an expert in medical stuff. I mean, it's shocking what happens, but I'm baffled. See watching someone go from being full of life, and in 7 days they just go woof. I mean, it's like a medical phenomenon how that actually happens.
Yeah, I would say what happened was he kept getting the shivers, very cold, and it was something to do with his red blood cells. He had no temperature regulation in his body, so nurses kept giving him morphine to just numb his whole body, so that he wouldn't get those shivers. And then they gave him something else. I can't remember what it was, but it would make him sleep a lot more, so be in more pain, being less. And obviously, the more he took that, just the more he would sleep. He would start sleeping with his eyes open. So you couldn't tell if he was awake or not.
I'm going to ask something then to you. I'll ask you a question, actually. And in the chat, people, if you know, please let me know. Because I want to really know the answer of this, because I don't know. Do you honestly believe that giving someone that has cancer radiation, lots of radiation, do you think that is a help or a hindrance? I don't know.
It's a bit of a yes or a no. A yes and a no, basically. Let's say you want to get rid of a specific tumor that's in your body. They focus radiation into that one area. It's called chemotherapy. And ultimately, they do the job.
Okay.
But at the same time, it weakens the immune system. And as I've been informed, everybody gets cancer every single day of their life. But your immune system deals with it. So with the radiation attacks on this one particular area of your body, it weakens your immune system everywhere else, which promotes the growth of cancer in other areas. And even with the cancer existing, it can spread.
Yeah.
So yes, you win, but you also lose. It's what kind of happened to my dad. Is he had it in the bladder, and they did chemotherapy on him, and they ultimately removed his bladder. But by that point, it had spread.
Right. The chat is filled with cracking comments about this. But there's one that answered, and that's from a lady called Kathy White that says, I don't know, Trevor. I've had friends cured with radiation only.
Yes, so, very true. It can happen. My girlfriend's dad is a prime example of this. I don't know the specifics, and I'm not going to go into the specifics, but what I do know is he developed cancer and went under chemotherapy, and he had beaten it, and to this day he has no problems. So,
well, there we go then. So it works to a certain degree for certain people. I suppose I don't think
it's not.
I get the impression cancer hits people. Everybody's different. Cancer hits everyone at a different rate and a different speed and stuff. So yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's a very bizarre thing. That's why people don't actually. There's a lot of R&D that goes into cancer research because every single case is different. Everybody's body reacts slightly differently. I'm told even different blood types can generally make very vastly different results in chemo. It's all the treatment, all the variables. There's so much to go into. If you think of it kind of like an engine, like a motor.
Yeah.
There's so many variables to take into account as to how you treat it in the end.
Yeah.
It's not an exact science. Obviously, with motors, it's a man-made thing. Then again, I suppose you could say people are man-made things. They're also women.
I don't I do not think there's anyone in the chat who doesn't know of someone in their family or a close friend that hasn't had cancer. It looks like it affects everyone.
Yes, and that's largely, in my personal opinion, I think it's largely because of all the shit that we've done in the past. You know, you've had things like Chernobyl, just nuclear disasters in general. There were, what was it? Radium. That was a very popular ingredient they used to put in fucking everything. You know,
Yeah.
you used to have porcelain made with radium. The loom on watches is made with radium. You know, toilets and stuff that are very old, they've got radiation levels in them that can be bad. Just toxic chemicals, they can have radiation. All this radiation talk. Additionally, with like microwaves and cell towers, things, all this. I'm not really the best person to talk about with this, but that's my personal opinion. Is all radiation in the world. My girlfriend, on the other hand, she's vastly knowledgeable about all this. If she was here, she'd be able to tell you all of it with 100% confidence. She's one of these boffin types.
Well, I'm listening to you, and I mean, the amount of people that this has affected in the chat, so it's shocking, actually. I mean, there's a young girl that, I mean, Kay Hodges says her sister was only 23 when she died of cancer. I mean,
it can happen to anybody at any time.
Yeah, well, I've always had the mindset this sounds weird. I'll just say it. I've always had the mindset is, Trevor, whenever you're told you've 24 hours to live, drive around all those fuckers that have caused you dramas and take them with you. Anyway, there we go. That's just all I'm saying. Obviously, it's just a throwaway comment. But
it depends if they fucked you over maliciously.
Well, yes, that's a very good point. Nah, I'm good. I'm actually good. I've got no issues in a minute. None at all. For the first time in a long time, no issues. Yes, but
no issues medically.
Doesn't mean I might not wake up with some.
Well, you see, this is where I've gone right all these years, and I know it for a fact. I've never been to a doctor in my life, ever, about anything. Okay? The only somewhat of a doctor I've ever been to was when I used to work on the dolphin boat. Obviously, you need to have qualifications to go.
I heard about you in the dolphin boat.
Oh, yeah?
I heard all about you in the dolphin boat. You made grown men cry whenever you were a little boy.
Oh! Yes, I did make grown men cry. But, no, the only type of doctor I've ever been to is what I'm saying is you need to have a medical to work on the dolphin boat because it's commercial and stuff. Yeah. That's the only time I've ever been to any sort of doctor. Because if you go to a doctor, they're going to tell you something's wrong with you. If you don't go to the doctor, there's nothing wrong with you. My dad, for example, he went to a doctor, got diagnosed with cancer. Look at him now. He's dead. Look at me. Never been to one. I'm alive. Therefore, doctors are bad and you shouldn't go to them because they're going to tell you something's wrong with you.
Ben. Your outlook is flawed slightly.
No, it's not. The only time I'll ever go to a doctor is if I end up pregnant, which is why I said I might go on the pill and develop breasts and deep vein thrombosis.
Oh, help me.
You see, I love winding people up and pushing buttons. It's one of my specialities.
Yes, you're very good at it.
Yes, one of my friends the other day.
Everyone's shaking their head at you, Ben. Every candor he's fuming at you. He's like, Ben, something wrong with Ben. Something wrong with Ben.
Maybe. Or perhaps I could just be rage baiting all of you into a small pit.
No, yes, my friend. I don't think you're baiting anyone. Yeah, you're just you're fishing. You're throwing out your line and you're seeing who grabs that little bite. Who takes a bite that little worm of yours.
Yes. Well, one of the people that fall into this trap very often is my good friend called Aaron. I was winding him up the other week to the point where he started shaking his head and said, "Oh, God, Ben." And I took the great opportunity to hit the final blow to make him properly crash out. I said, "Oh, I love that name, God, Ben. I think I'm going to be referred to as that from now on. This will be brilliant." And
Well, good.
that was the final straw. He lost his shit from there, and he just left.
Well, Ben, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. It's 54 minutes. It's 54 minutes. We've had a long chat. It's been good having you on. But you know what? I'm going to be honest. I feel so tired. I think it's just dreading around and worried about Sebastian. I just feel really drained tonight. Oh.
Yeah.
It's one of those bloody days. But yeah, it's great. We'll have to do this again. You are funny. In your own way. You're not as funny as your mother, but you are funny.
Oh, damn. I'll get there one day, though, don't you?
Well, listen, ladies, mods, thank you very much for all your hard work. Thanks for those in the chat. It means a lot, guys. We've done it. It is an early, I think I'll have an early night. I think I might just go and get a shower and have an early night. Actually, I just feel completely drained.
That's a good idea, Trevor.
Yeah. Well, listen, all the best. I'll catch you tomorrow, no doubt. I'll catch you tomorrow again on WhatsApp and a chat to your mum, and we'll have a little chat about life in general and what's going on.
Sounds like a brilliant idea.
Okay, buddy. Well, listen. Thanks, Ben. Take care, buddy.
No worries. I shall see you around. And good evening.
Will. Bye. Bye. Well, everyone, I feel like shit, actually. It's just one of those days, isn't it? But thanks for coming on. Thanks for watching the channel. Thanks for sticking with me. Thanks to the mods for all the hard work that they do. It means a lot, guys and girls. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Daily Rant. Thank you.